Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. I hope you are doing good. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are safe. I hope you are having a good time. So, let's see if everything works. Just checking. Okay. Everything works, so you can hear me. That's the most important thing. Welcome to our accountability call, morning accountability call. As you know, things are happening in the world, and I will keep on doing these calls because I feel that we all need some space and some different input than just the obvious news and information that are cruising around. And I'm really focusing on giving as much information and value as I can. Just yesterday I published a video about the connection between limiting beliefs and goal setting, because even at the stage of goal setting, our limiting beliefs are holding us back. Basically, every goal we set, we filter through the limiting beliefs we have. Therefore, the goals that we set are not really exciting, because we set goals that we think we can do, that are aligned with what we think we are able to achieve, and it's very restrictive. So it's very interesting when I came up with that idea, and it's very valuable also to think about that as well. Today, I wanted to talk about the accountability call. The accountability call is really about doing some work, some morning routine, where you sit down, you take pen and paper, and you write either a gratitude list or your goals, goal statement, or your life script, or you journal, whatever, or you write a letter from the universe. That's a really cool exercise as well. Letter from the universe, not to. So, or if you do affirmations, whatever that is basically a really good foundation. And you can think of this work, this morning routine, as following instructions, following certain rules. Now, what are these instructions and what are the rules? The instructions are that we become what we think about. That's a fact. And it's also scientifically supported from psychology as well from science, and also from basically from a molecular foundation, and it's really impressive from which sciences we get ideas and insights of how we as human beings work. Because whatever we do in life, we have instructions. We get either instructions in paper form or whatever. You buy a mobile phone and you get instructions how to operate it. However, when we came to this planet, when we were born, nobody handed us instructions how we function. We have to figure it out by ourselves. And the problem lies in the fact that every single one of us is different. So we cannot do what other people are doing, but we have to understand the process behind that. Why are people doing what they are doing? And this is what I want to reveal. As I'm always saying, don't do what I do. Try it out, start with that, and then figure out what works for you best. What is the thing that resonates with you? Very important. However, the main point here is that you take the time for yourself. That's the instruction. Sit down and take time with yourself for yourself. Now, the basis and the goal is to be aligned and thinking about the things you want, not what the world wants, circumstances, your current situations, other people, your loved ones. You might have children or parents or grandparents or friends, whatever, whoever, doesn't matter. It's not about what these people and also the country or the world wants you to think about, not even the media, not even I don't want to tell you what you have to think about, except that I think you should think about what you want. And, when I talk about what you want, it's about what your deepest desires are. And those desires are only yours, and only you can know what that is. So, in order to build a strong foundation, we have to take time for ourselves. And one way is through a morning routine. What can you do in that morning routine? Different things. But the main thing is, the instruction is, take time and write out or read or journal as well, writing or reading, or I wouldn't go just thinking about stuff. You might be visualizing. That would be good, but very focused. You do all these things very focused, and you do them for yourself. You don't focus, oh, I want to help that person, that country, those people. Yes, that's fine and great, but this time is for you. Why? Because you do in your life, you step out and do something in your job for, you give service. But in order for you to give the best service you are capable of doing, you have to be in a very good shape. So this is the time where you put yourself in shape. It's like you are going into a gym in order to get strong, right? So when you are strong, you can help people who are weak. So we have to make ourselves strong first in order to be of help to others. And this is exactly that time. So we have to figure out the instructions, but there are certain rules that we can follow. And the rules go back to universal laws. The universal laws dictate everything, if we are aware of them or not. You might have heard of universal laws. You might don't know them, but you've heard that they exist. But regardless, if you know them, if you heard of them, if you've never looked them up, it doesn't matter. They exist and they work, and you are being influenced by them. You live by them alongside to the laws. As you live alongside to the law of gravity, you know that it exists, but you don't think about it, right? So the same applies with the universal laws, with the rest of the universal laws. And one law is the law of cause and effect. What we send out, give, or do, that comes back to us. all the time. Now, not in this, not usually, or perhaps not in the same form or shape, but it will come back. Because what we are sending out is the energy, and the energy can change. So the energy will come back, but it might come back in a different form, in a different way, from a different direction. We never know. So we have to make sure that the cause, which is us, is in alignment with what we want to see that comes back to us. So that's a law, but we don't think about that. Not even I do think about that, but we align ourselves, our doing, based on that. And regardless if we know it or not, the laws always work. They are always present. So figuring out what the instructions of you are, only you can figure it out. However, you can get help. You can get support of people who have figured it out. I work with Bob Proctor's information. I'm a PGI consultant. I work with Thinking into Results, which is kind of a instruction manual for exactly this purpose. And it helped me to figure myself out so that I became more effective. And it really works. So this is part of the instructions. It's just the beginning. And you can imagine if you take out the instructions of your car, there are many pages in there, right? So it's a very complex thing, a car. Now, how complex is a human being? I guess pretty complex, right? So you can imagine that there will be many, many, many more pages than in the instructions for a car. So we have a lot of work to cover and to figure out all of these instructions in order to really charge ourselves towards what we truly want. And we have to figure out what works best for us. So what we are going to do now is we sit down, we take pen and paper and do our routine. I will do my gratitude and my affirmations. When I'm done, I will come back and we'll wrap up the call. During the time when I'm working, I'll be muted. So you're welcome to join me and follow along. And I'm going to speak and come back to you and wrap up the call in a couple of minutes. See you later. So, and I'm back. Excuse me. I had some stuff ongoing here, but I wasn't able to finish my routine. I have still a couple of things to go through. However, I got an idea while going through my affirmations about something that I plan on doing, and I had to write it down in order to not forget the details. So it was a very effective morning call. For me, this happens often when I do my routine and really immerse myself into the exercises. They have a really cool effect because I get great inspiration and great ideas for the for the projects that I'm working on. So it helps me a lot to get new ideas, and I write them down, and then I evaluate them if they're really a fit or not. And sometimes I do them, sometimes I don't, but I always make notes and come back to them. So I hope you've enjoyed today's accountability call as well. And I really invite you to join me every morning from Monday through Friday on these calls to sit down and take the time for you and build that personal foundation that makes you win the day. And it's really part of the instructions and rules how we are operating on a level of basically guided by universal laws. And we run by law, not by luck. Therefore, we can influence how we feel, how we perform, and also how effective we are on a day-to-day basis. So it's in our hands to do something about that. And I invite you to join me, and you will see a huge difference in your performance. With this, I wish you a wonderful day wherever you are. Stay safe, enjoy, and see you tomorrow morning. Bye for now.